My name's Alison Grieve. I'm the founder of G Holds, a safe trade products company, and this is day one of Diary of an Exporter. So I just bought this case because you can fit a lot in there. It's squishable, and yet you can take it in the cabin with you. I'm not a big fan of packing loads of stuff to take with me on business trips, so the more that I can pack into just one case, the better. This is a pretty funky power converter. You can either use it with the US plug pins, or you can transfer it to being European. European. I don't bother to have normal washing bags anymore. I just put everything into a transparent one so that I don't have to keep transferring all of my liquids out whenever I go through security. So it's much easier that way, much faster. If you're bringing samples into the country in your luggage, it's important that you have the right documentation attached to them. We completely forgot this time all about it, so I brought in samples and didn't have any invoice attached to it. But the customs officials were fine. They just opened the box and yeah, I just explained what they were for and the fact that we have partners over here already. So we're definitely not going to be selling any samples. But it's always worth checking out the different ways that you can take in samples. One, for example, is an ATA carnet, which you can attach to your merchandise that shows that you're going to be taking it back out the country within a year. So different ways of doing it, but always worth checking it out in advance. But there are a couple of apps that I would definitely recommend to make your life a lot simpler when you're doing export and a lot of travel. So I would always download whatever airline you're using, their app to have on your phone. This is the British Airways one, so that I can see all the flights that I have coming up over the next few weeks. And when you check in online using those apps, you can add it to this passbook, which shows not just flights but accommodation as well. And it means you have all your tickets and accommodation details easy and in one place, and you just click onto the relevant flight and you can use it for getting through security. I'm glad that I set off a bit early on this trip. I like to give myself a little bit of time in advance, just in case something happens when I arrive at the airport which causes a delay. In this case, I'd never seen Edinburgh Airport so bad. There were queues going right back to the food courts and quite a few people in a real hurry to get to their flights, and many of the gates closed, so it was just as well I left a little bit of time. And once I did get through security, I realised that my flight was delayed by a couple of hours anyway, so it worked out alright for me. So coming in this direction from the UK to the US is not too bad in terms of jet lag. New York is only 5 hours difference. I'll be headed to San Francisco in a couple of days' time, in fact tomorrow, and that's 8 hours different from the UK. But going in this direction, it never really feels too bad. The only thing that I would definitely advise is to have a good healthy meal when you first arrive in a place if you're going to get jet lag, because good food can really sort you out. And my number one suggestion for really good food is broccoli. So that's exactly what I did. Before heading to my bed, I went out and got a nice healthy bowl of broccoli in a kind of curry thing. It was very nice.